Maggie Kuhn had chutzpah in the very best sense of the word. She inspired me and countless others to choose public service with her powerful and successful advocacy for older people in America. I often think of Maggie when I have a town hall meeting or another session in an Oregon community, and I learn about the many local opportunities for seniors to stay involved. Back when I helped start the Gray Panthers, fresh out of law school at the University of Oregon, a community was lucky if it even had a lunch program for older people, let alone a senior citizen center. Thanks to Maggie Kuhn's marvelous foresight and tenacity, communities across Oregon and the entire country now know full well that keeping seniors connected is a top priority. Now, of course, there's always more work to be done, and that's true about many causes. And that speaks to that word I mentioned at the outset. And I always associate it with Maggie and her dedication to battling for what's right. It's called chutzpah. I've written a book recently called It Takes Chutzpah, and I can assure you Maggie Kuhn was front of mind as I wrote that. If Maggie Kuhn were alive today, I think she'd agree that America faces an unprecedented assault from within our democracy. And I think she'd agree with my rules of chutzpah that if you want to make change, you sure got to make noise. You got to show up every day prepared to play. And you've got to be focused on each of those days, starting good things and stopping bad things. Those were the guiding principles of Maggie Kuhn's life in public service. And we honor her best by living those same principles just as fiercely and effectively today and in all days ahead.
Thank you. Wonderful. Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the second annual Gerson Awards for Rising Leaders. I'm so happy to see everybody and seeing so many people with chutzpah. So I am Michelle Arnot. I'm leading the New York City chapter of the Gray Panthers movement, founded in Philadelphia by Maggie Kuhn, who we heard was a friend and colleague of Senator Wyden. We're thrilled that the senator took the time to be with us and share his memories. Our mission, as stated by Maggie, is to combat ageism and age discrimination while promoting intergenerational contact, which is the intention of our Tuesday series and especially of today's ceremony. Last year, we introduced the Gerson Award to honor our chapter's major donor, Dr. Jill Gerson, who has kept our chapter afloat with her ongoing generosity. Hat tip to Jill. The board wished to express our gratitude by introducing the Gerson Award in her honor. And on behalf of the board, we'd also like to ask everybody to consider chipping in. I know every nonprofit is doing this, and we are no different. We're volunteers who rely on your donations to keep our Zoom account running so that we can bring you these monthly programs. So please visit our website, graypanthersnyc.org, and click on Donate. Today's program is dedicated to Dr. Gerson, who earned degrees in social work from CUNY and Hunter College and focused her practice on program development for underserved youth and families with young children. In 2005, she joined the faculty at Lehman College in the Bronx and developed an introductory course for human service workers who dealt with families facing challenges of poverty and social injustice. After many years as a New Yorker, Dr. Gerson currently resides in Cleveland. So this year, we're celebrating 4 rising leaders, all early career advocates who are making a powerful impact in the field of aging services. 4 leaders with chutzpah, to quote Senator Wyden. They are Edwin Gitau, Stephanie Hatzifilalitis, Cara Levy, and Priya Penner. So let's hear about their outstanding accomplishments from the people who nominated them. So at this point, I'm going to pass the virtual mic to our multi-talented digital manager, Emily Trask, who will share some recorded remarks, after which we'll hear from one of the nominators and the recipients who will say a few words. Thanks, Emily.
Edwin Gitau Kibe is the founder of Uhai Kenya NGO and is one of the very recent names in the older persons and aging space in Kenya. Within a span of less than 2 years, Edwin has entered the space with a notable steady pace. He has mobilized Murang'a and Machakos counties in Kenya to have older persons groups with self-help approach doing their own income-generating activities. Without tangible funding, Edwin has initiated medical camps, support groups, and ICAMs reaching over 600 older persons. He is instrumental, together with MICOP Kenya, Hamad Geriatric Hospital, in training community health promoters in elder care services. At the same pace, Edwin has penetrated the advocacy space and joined several national advocacy groups, e.g., the Universal Periodic Review Kenya Stakeholders Coalition, the Kenya Aging Consortium, and the Ministry in charge of Senior Citizens Affairs, where he has participated actively. This being a sample of what Edwin has been able to do so far, I'm glad to nominate him for the Gray Panthers Jill Gatton Award 2025.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alice Bonner, and I chair the Moving Forward Nursing Home Quality Coalition. And I'm thrilled to be here today to say just a few words about my colleague, Cara Levy, who's a recipient of the 2025 Rising Leaders in Aging Services Gerson Award, with the Gray Panthers NYC hosting those awards. I could go on for a long time, but I'm mindful of the time today. Cara has been an incredible colleague and contributor to many of our committees and a lot of the work that Moving Forward has been doing over the past 3 years. She did all of those things while getting her MPH at the Harvard School of Public Health and doing a number of other activities in and around many states, Massachusetts and others. Cara has brought tremendous talent and expertise in a number of areas, including her work on diversity, including her work with older adults who are individuals living with dementia and other cognitive challenges. She also, when you meet her, I'll just tell you my experience when we had our first phone call, after just 5 minutes of listening to her, I was really sitting up and paying close attention because I thought, wow, here's this woman so junior in her career, and yet she knows so much about state policy, federal policy, all sorts of things about older adult programs and services. She just has been doing work in multiple states. She's now got a fellowship where she's continuing to put her talents to good use and learning even more about how things work in Washington and around the country. So with all of that, I'll just end by saying, Cara Levy is an absolutely wonderful person. She's always thinking of others on the team. She's a great team player, and she would do anything for her colleagues and to make the world a better place and to improve the lives and the quality of life for older adults and communities. So Cara, congratulations. It couldn't be awarded to a better person. And thanks again to Gray Panthers NYC for hosting these wonderful awards. I'm glad to be here today and be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Greetings. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Alex Eshelman, Associate Director of Open Doors and a recent addition to Gray Panthers NYC. It is my pleasure and an honor to congratulate my dear friend Priya Penner on winning the 2025 Gerson Award for Rising Leaders in Aging Services. I've known Priya for a couple years. We work together through the Partnership for Inclusive Disaster Strategies, and I'm also connected with Priya through the CRIP Survival Network. Priya first approached Open Doors and the Reality Poets about joining the Partnership for Inclusive Disaster Strategies because it's their mission to resource communities led by people with disabilities so that they can invest in their own disaster preparedness plans. At first, we were really apprehensive about joining. We didn't know if we would be able to take this on, but she believes in us, right? And the partnership believes in us. And Priya encouraged us. She's like, no, y'all got this. And I am so thankful to work with Priya because she's such a collaborative, patient coworker. You know, nothing is ever rushed. Disability justice values are really a part of how we work together, and that has always just made it so seamless and a pleasure. I also nominated Priya for this award just because of her astounding leadership skills. Priya is a member of our community and frequently participates in our community conversations like Freestyle Fridays and our virtual open mic nights, Guns Down, Mic Up. And Priya knows all the reality poets. She knows others in Open Doors community, and she is outspoken, stands up for what she believes in. If someone says something that rubs her the wrong way or like she feels like has to be contended, you know, Priya comes with facts. She's well-spoken, and she's ready to challenge anybody. Got a lot of love for Priya, and I am so thankful that you're a part of what we do, part of our community. I look forward to working with you for years to come, and again, congratulations on winning this award, Priya.
Okay, so next, Michelle, we have Stephanie. And if
Yes,
Megan,
and Megan is going to say a few words about Stephanie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Forbelius, and I'm the person who nominated Stephanie for this award. Full disclosure, I am also Stephanie's partner. So while I am biased in my opinions of her excellence, I have witnessed firsthand many who don't share my bias express their profound appreciation of Stephanie and the changes she is making in combating ageism and her advocacy for those later in life. When I first met Stephanie, one of the things that struck me about her was her passion for her respect to all living things, but particularly to those in later life. While she is an exceptional community-based researcher, scientist, and scholar, and is leading work in the field of gerontology that will undoubtedly change the way we, including those of us outside the field, think of it, something often overlooked is that Stephanie truly excels in ensuring people are more than just data points. She sees people as whole people with full lives and is always putting emphasis on community and community engaged work. I nominated Stephanie because I witness her make change every day, whether it be calling out prejudice amongst people who may not know better, having the forethought to focus on the future of ageism with climate change, or even making sure to never buy a birthday card where age is the brunt of the joke. I think most prominently, I nominated Stephanie because she is the reason I'm not afraid to grow old.
Thank you for those moving words, Megan. So would any of the four recipients want to say anything about the Gerson Award? Is anyone here? Edwin, Cara, Stephanie, Priya?
I'm here. I don't know. I'm happy to start first, if that's okay, Priya and Cara. Is that good? Edwin?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I think thank you. And, I think this is it's so nice to just gather with everyone, but it's also such an incredible honor. And I really am deeply, really grateful for the recognition, but also just to be acknowledged as an emerging leader in a field that I'm so passionate about. Especially among so many dedicated individuals, it's really, really truthfully humbling. I did want to extend just a heartfelt thank you to the committee and everyone who really believes in the really important work that we're all doing. And of course, to my partner, Megan, who nominated me for this. But this isn't just an award for me, right? I think it's really a testament to the growing movement around combating ageism and, of course, the importance of intergenerational relationships, which is really the foundation of a lot of my research. But also the urgent need for a human rights approach to aging in later life in particular. And so I think for one, from the moment I kind of started working in this space, early on in my undergraduate studies, it really became clear to me that we have a significant battle ahead, right? And I think, the fight against ageism is not one of solitary pursuit, right? It's one that we have to do as a collective. And so if you couldn't tell from my last name, I did grow up in a collectivistic culture. I'm Greek. And so the value and the appreciation of older people is really at the forefront of my work, and in every decision I really make. And so I always talk to my students sometimes, and I always say that, ageism in particular is one of the last acceptable prejudices. It's often unseen and it's often unchallenged, and it is so pervasive, and it diminishes the value and the potential of older people in particular. But it doesn't have to be that way, right? And I know I'm speaking to like-minded folks here, but part of my activism is really rooted in this conviction that aging is a privilege. And if you're lucky, you will be old one day, and aging is happening to everyone. And so everybody deserves to age with dignity, with purpose, and without the systemic barriers that follow through across nations and across borders. So my vision, I think, our collective responsibility is really to build this society where age is celebrated and it's not feared, and, where older voices are amplified and they're not silenced, and, where every person at any age really has the resources and support to thrive at every stage of their life. And so, this award will definitely fuel my commitment to continue kind of challenging the status quo, advocating for equitable policies, fostering communities where intergenerational connection is the norm and not the exception. So just thank you again for the tremendous encouragement, and I really promise to continue pushing forward the work, also alongside all of you in this collective effort. So thank you so much.
And we look forward to fostering our relationship with you, Stephanie. So thank you. It looks like Priya's hand is up.
This is Priya. Those are actually clapping emojis, but I'm happy to go next. I want to first thank the Gray Panthers for this honor. And I really resonated a lot with what Stephanie had to share. We know that ageism and ableism are interconnected, and we know that, right, this is so pervasive in our community, in our society, in our day-to-day lives. We also know that this award, while I know my fellow awardees are so grateful and to receive this honor and this recognition, we know that this work doesn't belong to just us. We do this together. It's a collective effort, and we can only do this work in solidarity. We know that it takes each of us speaking truth to power in the face of ageism, in the face of ableism, and it takes each community member to show up when we know that day in and day out, these systems, our society fails us and continues to oppress us. And so I really want to highlight the importance of disability justice and the importance of disability justice principles in the work that we do, not only fighting ageism, but also fighting ableism, racism, homophobia, all of the systems of oppression that we face collectively. We know that it's all about building movements in solidarity with one another that center our collective survival, our collective joy. And it's all about knowing that none of us are free until we're all free, right? And so that's really what my work at the Partnership for Inclusive Disaster Strategies is all about. We are the first US-based disability-led organization that focuses on the rights, needs, and equity of people with disabilities and older adults before, during, and after disasters. That really looks like supporting older adults and disabled folks in planning stages before the disaster happens. It looks like supporting older adults and disabled folks as the disaster strikes. And it looks like supporting with response efforts after, looks like supporting in recovery efforts after the immediate response has happened, ensuring that disabled folks and older adults are not left behind as our colleagues, as our comrades who are not disabled or who are younger, aren't, perhaps are receiving more support. And so we invite you to learn more about our efforts, our work at disasterstrategies.org. You can learn how we accomplish these three main goals of supporting people with disabilities and older adults before, during, and after disasters. But truly, we can't do this without you all. We can't do this without our collective work together. And it's such an honor to be here to accept this award. Thank you all.
Thank you, Priya. Gray Panthers looks forward to partnering with your organization. So we'll pursue that after this call. And next, who is our next speaker? Is Cara or Edwin available?
Yeah, I can jump on next. Great to see you all. I'm so humbled and grateful to be in this group with Priya and Stephanie and Edwin. Just hearing about your work, a little snapshot, I am just amazed and so grateful that you all are doing this work. But I also want to say, firstly, thank so much to Alice for nominating me and to the Gray Panthers, obviously, for honoring me. I feel so lucky to count Alice as a mentor and a friend. And she's always there for me with wisdom, guidance, and, endless positivity. And I feel like people like Alice and people like you all are the reason why I love working in this field, and the reason why I've stayed in it. I started in this field pretty young. At 16, I began kind of knocking on doors and encouraging my neighbors to vote in local elections. And I met a lot of my neighbors who were homebound and felt like they didn't have a way to speak to their political representatives, and that work really taught me the power of connection and the importance of community. I also spent a lot of time watching my grandparents grow older, and each of them living with dementia, and noticing how their lives changed over time. And those kind of experiences showed me how important it is to support older adults and their families so that they can continue to live with dignity in every single stage. But it also showed me, how deeply ageism is kind of woven into our systems and our culture, and that so often older adults are treated as invisible or as, problems to solve, or, their care is too expensive instead of people with value and wisdom. And so I think it's also nice to, I have also grew up next to a remarkable woman who just published her first novel at 92, and seeing her energy and her curiosity. And it's just always a reminder that every age and stage of your life is just full of growth and possibility. And so my kind of goal in my life is to create policies and a culture that reflect that kind of reality. So I started working in aging policy in DC, first at US Aging, and then from there I went to the Milken Institute, and we helped to build a national coalition to improve dementia care. And we really, I think the greatest challenge is always to keep the people who are affected and impacted at the center, and to kind of ensure that their voices are heard the loudest. So I'm excited to continue that work. Actually, funnily enough, starting September 2nd, I'll be working for Ranking Member Senator Ron Wyden on the Senate Finance Committee, where I'll be hopefully learning how to make change on Capitol Hill, which will be a huge learning curve, and helping shape policies that improve care for older adults, and break down the kind of ageism that we've all talked about, that often stands in the way of better care. So thank you so much again to Alice for nominating me, and to the Gray Panthers. This is just such a nice honor, as you don't get a lot of big, when you're a student, you get A's that tell you you're doing a good job, but when you're, working in the world, you don't get as many. So thank you so much for giving me this nice little encouragement to keep going.
That's so exciting, Cara, that you'll be working with our colleague and supporter, Senator Wyden. We can't wait to hear all about it.
Yes,
we have a blog on our website called Gray Matters. So we look forward to you contributing to the blog.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So is Edwin in the room? I guess.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Sure.
It's quite an honor to be on this call. I feel honored. I'm deeply honored to accept the Gerson Award for Rising Leaders. My sincere thanks to Gray Panthers NYC for this recognition and for championing the global campaign against ageism. I also extend heartfelt appreciation to Mr. MICOP for nominating me. Seated next to me are my parents, senior citizen above 70 years. They are here to celebrate this one with me. Being recognized on this platform is not just a personal honor, it affirms the growing visibility of older persons in Kenya, especially in underserved villages where aging is often overlooked. Since 2020, I've worked alongside older persons as an advocate and ally. Together with passionate teams, we've organized medical camps, dementia clinics, health and wellness talks, alcoholism and substance abuse awareness forums for older adults and their caregivers. Because aging is more than medical, it is emotional, social, financial, and environmental. We have led baseline surveys to guide evidence-based interventions and conducted elder abuse screening and assessment to expose silent suffering and also to inform advocacy and strengthen systems of care. I've also had the privilege of contributing to policy discussions at various forums, including those convened by the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection, Department of Social Protection, and Senior Citizen Affairs. I actively participate in Kenya Monthly's discussion forum on aging, and have contributed to the Universal Periodic Review processes focused on the rights and social protection of older persons. None of this work happens in isolation. I have a powerful board of management. I have a dedicated support staff. We've partnered with both national and county government, local administration, community health promoters, education and faith-based institutions, older persons associations, Lionside First Hospital, Sukun Foundation, Hamat Healthcare, and generous well-wishers, because age equity is a shared responsibility. In Kenya and globally, older persons face systemic violence, abuse, neglect, and deep-rooted ageism. But when we create inclusive, respectful spaces for them, we uplift entire communities. This award, therefore, is not just a recognition, it is a call to continue. Ageism thrives in silence. We must not be silent. As the need grows, so does the opportunity to act. I invite individuals and organizations to join us through in-kind donations like medical equipment and financial support to extend dignity, care, and hope to those who paved the way for us. To the older persons who have trusted me with their stories, this award belongs to you. And to young rising advocates, this is Priya, Stephanie, Cara. We are already leading. Let's rise together for a world where aging is not feared, but honored. Thank you very much for having me. I'm so humbled.
Thank you so much for coming and bringing your parents and for everything that you're doing for your country. So we look forward to hearing more about what you're doing, and we'd love to put it also on our website so we can help with your fundraising. So it was very difficult for us to find, to whittle down our list. There's so many deserving candidates. So we also have some honorable mentions that we're going to now show. And maybe Meg, are you going to say a few words about these people?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Should I wait? Oh, should I wait for the video to play, or should I? Okay, we've got.
Sure, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're in order, Meg. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So first, I just want to say to everyone, it's so encouraging as an older person and a board member with Gray Panthers NYC. It is so heartening to see so many people and amazing people who've been nominated. And yes, as Michelle noted, it was really difficult for us to whittle everything down. And so here are the 6 honorable mentions. We have Ariel Balfour, nominated by Joe Fisher. From intern to director of program operations at 92NY's Program for Cognitive Strength and Ability, Ariel has rapidly advanced in just 4 years. Her leadership has fueled PCSA's growth into a model of intergenerational programming with national potential. We have another Ariel, that's Ariel Galinsky. Oh, and by the way, Ariel Belfer, if you happen to be on a video, we could wait. Well, you can't wait because we won't see you because of the video, but maybe after it's over. The next one is Ariel Galinsky, nominated by Marcy Albahar as CEO and co-founder of the Legacy Project. Ariel bridges age divides through storytelling between students and older adults. Her work promotes shared power across generations while measuring real impact on reducing ageism. Stephanie Hisman Howe, I noted that because I saw you on Zoom. We have you listed as Stephanie Howe. Sorry about that. Nominated by Amanda Trask, Stephanie fulfilled her dream of intergenerational programming at Little Brothers Friends of the Elderly. She recruits college students to connect with older adults in Boston, creating lasting friendships that fight loneliness and build community. And we have next is Shayna Jacques, nominated by Michelle Arnot. Shayna curates inclusive, empowering programs for older adults that challenge stereotypes. In 2025, Shayna organized residents to create posters and march in peaceful demonstrations, ensuring their voices remain active in public life. Next, we have Pamela North, a PhD candidate at the Chicago School. Pamela is launching a nonprofit project connecting Clark College students with Clark Villages as aging in place volunteers. Her vision fosters intergenerational engagement and reduces stigma around aging. Of her work, Rita Marks says, "Pam, you're an inspiration. Your passion for fostering meaningful connections between generations is contagious. Keep shining and expanding your incredible work." Finally, we have Dr. Daniel Oshi Stephen Anya Tulam, and forgive me if I mispronounced your name, nominated by Anya Madukaku Awagonengjim, and forgive me for that pronunciation, I'm sure it's wrong, as CEO of Synergy Wellcare Medicaid Limited and trustee of Stevenson Holistic Care Foundation. Dr. Anya Tulam champions equitable healthcare for all ages. His initiatives, recognized by the UN and the World Health Organization, partnerships advance inclusive healthcare and workplace practices that uplift both younger and older adults. Congratulations to the honorable mentions, and congratulations to all of the awardees. And I think, oh, next we have 2 more to go. We're not done.
Right. We are saluting everybody. And we also really seriously must salute 2 outstanding Gray Panther interns whose contributions have made a significant difference to us. So we are offering them the Above and Beyond Award. And the 2 winners are Clara Ezichukwu Ezekwibe, and who supported our role at the United Nations, and Isabel Postelnik, who created the Age and Youth in Action patch that we launched with the Girl Scouts of New York City this year. So thanks to both of these wonderful women for your creativity, your hard work, your dedication. We treasure our interns. So thank you so much. Would you like to say a few words? Go ahead, Clara.
Hello everyone, I am Cara Levy. I'm a gerontology graduate student at Virginia Commonwealth University. In the spring and summer of 2024, I volunteered as an intern at Gray Panthers, New York City. And during this time, I worked directly with the Chief Catalyst Officer, Jack Kupferman, during my internship. Throughout my internship, I worked directly with the Chief Catalyst Officer on global concern and projects relating to aging and Gray Panthers. Part of my work was to carry out research on the high-level political forum and to participate among the team that drafted out the position papers and submitted it for the high-level political forum. Also, I and other interns in the unit, we carried out a marketing campaign for the open-ended working group on aging and also the high-level political forum. Part of my work was also to initiate a plan with Gray Panthers and other organizations. So my work, my internship role at Gray Panthers has equipped me with the skill, the knowledge I need here back home in my country, Nigeria. After my internship, I took up the initiative to host 2 webinars on ageism in Nigeria, which attracted over 50 participants from all around Nigeria. I also hosted another webinar on fall, and also I've continually advocated for older adults in Nigeria and in Africa at large. So I look forward to greater opportunities to impact Africa, to impact Nigeria, and to impact the world, and to promote healthy aging, and to fight ageism in every sector, especially the healthcare industry. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to say how truly honored I am to receive the 2025 Above and Beyond Award. Thank you to everyone who nominated and selected me. My work with Gray Panthers New York City would not have been possible without the support of Carrie, Jack, Michelle, and most importantly, Sophia Casal. Sophia introduced me to this incredible organization 3 summers ago, and it has completely changed my life. I am forever grateful for her guidance and unwavering encouragement, so thank you. This past year, I had the privilege of creating something very close to my heart, the Gray Panthers New York City Age and Youth in Action Girl Scout Patch. It took all of last summer and my fall semester of junior year at the University of Delaware to design and develop. Since its launch, Girl Scouts all across the country have been earning this patch. These young minds are learning about Maggie Kuhn and why combating ageism is so important. Knowing that something I worked on is inspiring the next generation still amazes me. To think that in my very first year with the Gray Panthers New York City, I could accomplish something so impactful is extremely humbling. I am so grateful for every opportunity this organization has given me, and I can't wait to keep growing, learning, and giving back. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for this award.
Well, we are so grateful to our interns for all that they do to contribute to our organization. And during the month of August, we've been celebrating Maggie Kuhn's birthday. She would have been 120. And thanks to our tireless board member, Cara Levy, who tracked down and interviewed those who knew Maggie, we'd like to share some of those memories as we close the ceremony. So Emily is going to be playing some of those recordings. And I also would like to invite everybody to come and join us again on September 30th, when we are going to have our next Transformation Tuesday entitled The Power of Age Diversity in Dismantling Ageism with Ashton Applewhite, author of This Chair Rocks. So with that, I will ask Emily to play some of our memories.
I remember I carry her with me all the time. I am extremely grateful that I had the opportunity to work with her. And you know how they say, you know, you have a voice in your head, like, you know, your mother or some female relative, you know, they build you up or they put you down or something like that, you know, like, for better or worse.
Yes.
You carry around the voices in your head. Hers is absolutely the better. I can't tell you how much it means to me that she encouraged me, appreciated me. I would, you know, I'm just because I am whatever, for whatever reason, I have this little thing that I'll say, well, you know, I'm trying. And she would say, and you're succeeding, my dear.
The other thing that I remember, before I knew her, maybe I saw her on Johnny Carson. You know, she went after him in a very pleasant way because he really liked her. He did a character named Aunt Blabby, which was sort of making fun of an old lady.
Yeah.
And she chastised him pleasantly about that. And then he had her on several times.
So
he liked her a lot.
I had heard about her. Of course, there was no internet then, and it's hard to really know what was what with people. But we met on this panel, on this podium, and we kind of instantly jived and instantly connected. And I gave my speech, she gave her speech, and we wound up having dinner afterward, and it was sort of like we saw together a common path. And what she said to me was, when I get up on the stage, people say, look at that kooky, interesting, provocative old lady. But at the time I was like 25, 26, she said, if you were to be more vocal and speak out more about these topics, people would say, wow, what's that young person doing talking about these issues as well? And so what happened from that was that she and I became kind of regular co-presenters.
Well, it's been a very exciting hour, and I want to congratulate all the winners. We really look forward to everything that you're going to achieve in the future and in fostering our partnerships with all of your organizations. And please, let's stay in touch. Is there anything else that I've left out? No. All
I
right.
would just like to thank everybody for joining us. We definitely strongly believe that following Maggie's lead of intergenerational is the way we are going to fix the world to whatever degree that happens. And I personally just think the more young adults we can get interested today, the better the world will be tomorrow. Like Michelle mentioned, we are celebrating the month of Maggie through the end of August. Any donation will help. It's our Zoom account, it's our email blast, it's everything we do to try to keep people informed and engaged. And also be able to do things like give these awards away, because it means a lot to us to be able to honor, younger adults today. And it's not even just all younger adults, it's just newer professionals in this space. And Jack, go ahead.
I just wanted to say first of all, congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to everybody who organized this. This is the embodiment of the tagline for Gray Panthers, which is age and youth in action. And all of you guys, everybody on the call represents the diversity and the importance of what we've been working towards for decades. And Maggie has been the source of everything. And it's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to hear everybody's story and to move forward. Thank you.
And especially in today's world, it's a beacon of hope. And we really appreciate that everybody took the time to be with us today. And we look forward to seeing you again on September 30th, when we'll have Ashton Applewhite, and we will continue to forge ahead collectively. And so thank you.
Thank you all so much for this honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Very grateful. Thank you.